On one occasion, Zayd ibn Wahab says, I saw him in the market. And I looked at the garment that he was wearing, and he counted the patches on his garment. My young friends, he had 14 patches. 14 patches. This is the Amir al-Mu'mineen. You know, now Quds is conquered. Can you imagine Jerusalem being conquered? Subhanalladhi asra bi'abdihi laylan min al-masjid al-haram ila al-masjid al-aqsa. May Allah restore it once again in the hands of the believers. Now Quds is now conquered, and this place, even in those days, at all times, it's always been a place of significance, a place of great importance. Yeah? And now the whole world is waiting to see how Umar will leave Madinatul Munawwara and receive Baytul Maqdis. The whole world was waiting to witness the march of Umar the Great from Madinatul Munawwara to Jerusalem. You know, march which was calculated to all the enemy of Islam with an idea of its grandeur and might. You know, all the enemies of Islam, everyone was waiting for, you know, pomp and splendor, and they were waiting for, you know, musicians and dancers. You've seen generals, you know, when they march and, you know, into significant places which they conquer, how they enter in their thousands. This was the Amir al-Mu'mineen going to receive the keys to Jerusalem. He leaves Madinatul Munawwara. Never mind, my friends, there was no band, no musician, no dancer, nothing. Balke, if you look at the narrations, you will find not even a tent was provided for the accommodation of the Amir al-Mu'mineen. Not even a tent. You know, you're talking about temperatures of 50 degrees centigrade. 50 degrees centigrade. A tent is not a luxury item. It's a necessity to survive in temperatures like this. And the narration goes as far as saying, not even a tent was provided. You know, his head was burning. Why? Because it was exposed to burning heat. He didn't even have a hat or a turban to cover his head. One narration says he came on a camel. Another narration says he came on a horse. The hooves of the horse which he was riding on had worn to tenderness, so much so that even the animal was limping. The animal could barely walk. And his body is covered with a shabby attire, torn in many places, and in this condition he's going to receive the keys to Jerusalem. Now when he gets close to Jerusalem, the Muslim generals Abu Ubaidah radiallahu ta'ala and all the other Sahaba came to receive Umar Farooq radiallahu ta'ala. So much so that when they saw the Amir al-Mu'mineen in this condition, even they felt ashamed. And what they did was immediately brought him a horse of Turkish breed and bought him beautiful white clothes. Allahu Akbar, the Amir al-Mu'mineen did not even look at them. And he kept on walking. He kept on walking. When they got to the river, he came off his horse. He had leather socks on, hoof. He took them off, and the Amir al-Mu'mineen is placing them on his own shoulder. He doesn't give them to anyone. He's placing them on his own shoulder. He takes the rein of the horse with himself, by himself. You know, when Sayyidina Abu Ubaidah radiallahu ta'ala sees this and says, you know, thinking in his mind that if the kuffar and the Christians were to see the Amir al-Mu'mineen in this condition, what would they think about the Muslims? So fearing that this would bring shame to the Muslims, he said to the Amir al-Mu'mineen, "Okay, Umar, you are behaving in this manner." Now my friends, listen to the response of Umar. This response of Umar is worthy that it's been written on gold on the heart of every believer. Never forget who you are. This was his response. He said to Sayyidina Abu Ubaidah, "Oh Abu Ubaidah, had somebody else said this to me, today he would have known about it. Today he would have known about it because I would have punished him. But you, Abu Ubaidah, know." And he said to him, "Inna kunna azalla qawmin fa'azzana Allahu bil Islam famahma natlabu al-izz bighayri ma azzana Allah bi adallana Allah." He said, Inna kunna azalla qawmin. We were the worst of mankind. We were the worst of mankind. You know, we were such people that we would take our own daughters and bury them alive. Allah blessed us through Islam. There is no blessing bigger than Islam. فَعَزَّنَ اللَّهُ بِالْإِسْلَامِ. And then he said, you know, for all of us that get influenced by other cultures so quick and are very quick to, you know, to brush Islam to one side and adopt and accept other ways, he said, فَمَحْمَ نَطْلَبُ الْعِزْ بِغَيْرِ مَا عَزَّنَ اللَّهُ. Whenever we look for respect in things other than the thing through which Allah gave us respect. Which thing did Allah give us respect? Through which thing did Allah give us respect? Allah gave us respect through Islam. So whenever we look for respect in anything other than Islam, this is when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will disgrace us. Whenever we think that what we've got is a load of rubbish, forgive my language, what we've got is inferior, this is when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will disgrace us, as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is doing at this moment. You know, there was a time when he did not even receive, he was the Amir al-Mu'mineen, and he did not even receive a salary from the Baytul Mal. And he left it like this, he didn't even tell anyone, till the point came that even the Amir al-Mu'mineen was on the point of starvation. And now he asked for a salary himself. And when the Sahaba began to look into his matter, they themselves realized that what he's receiving is nothing. So they themselves suggested that there should be an increase in the salary of the Amir al-Mu'mineen. Not only did they request it, they said, you know what? He should be given more clothes, different clothes to wear. And at the same time, a large vessel containing food should be placed before the Amir al-Mu'mineen, so the Sahaba and the great Muslims can also sit and eat with the Amir al-Mu'mineen. But the thing was now, who dare approach Umar with this request? Who dare approach Umar with this request? You know, the Sahaba didn't have the himmat. This was the awe that Umar had, this was his position. So what they did was they approached the Azwaji Mutahharat, the mother of the believers, Hafsa, Aisha. Okay, let's go to them, he will never say anything to them. And they, at the same time, they told, the Sahaba told Aisha and Hazrat Hafsa radiallahu ta'ala anha, okay, make sure you don't tell it was us. Now the mothers of the believers approached Umar and they put this request forward which the Sahaba had made. You know, when Hazrat Umar radiallahu ta'ala listened to their request, this is what the hadith says. فَبَكَى